So, how to re-engineer your mind for success. So, there are some keywords in this topic. There are some keywords in the topic. You have re-engineering, you have mind, and you have success. Okay? So, the objective of this training is for you to identify and shift any limiting money beliefs that you have or you have adopted, so that you can adopt a mindset that attracts success and wealth. Okay? Someone said that success and wealth are not something you pursue. They're something that are attracted. Success is not something you get to. Success is something that comes to you. Okay? You attract it. So at this moment, I want to welcome all of you for taking out time to attend this session. Okay? You had other things to do, but you decided that this is worth your time and you are here. So congratulations to you. Just go to the chat space and congratulate yourself. Say, congratulations, Mr. Uchenna. Congratulations, Architect Utman. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself, okay? Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself. I want to see you congratulate yourself because the invitation went out to everybody, but just few are here. So I want you to congratulate yourself because this might be the determining factor for you making success and seeing others struggle. Okay? Yes, I can see congratulations, Mr. Uchenna. Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulate yourself. Okay, congratulate yourself. So this is going to be a very short training. Yes, you're very welcome. It's going to be a short training. Just a minute. Just a minute. What you call. Okay. So this is going to be a very short training. And by the end of this training, I hope that you would have identified some of the things that were installed into you. And not just that, you would have been able to shift your thinking, shift your mind from wherever it is right now to where you want it to be. Okay? Shift your thinking from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance, from a mindset of I don't have to a mindset of I have enough, I have more than enough, from a mindset of need and want to a mindset of surplus. Okay? So tonight we're going to be discussing how to re-engineer your mind for success. Okay? So quickly, let me share my story with you. Some of you might have heard my story, but just in case you've not heard my story, I come from a humble background, a family of salary earners. Okay, my parents were salary earners, and they told me, go to school, do well. If you do well, a good job will be waiting for you, and life will be rosy. So I did exactly that. I became the best student in my secondary school, and with that, I got a scholarship to study abroad. I did my undergraduate in Russia. I did my master's in Russia, graduated with a first class. I was excited. I thought life was being good to me. I got married, we had a son, and I told my wife, it is time for us to head back to Nigeria. And now we did. Okay, in my head, I was thinking on getting to Nigeria, a lot of oil companies will be longing to take me as their staff because I had such a good result from school, because of my credentials. I was excited. So we headed back home to Nigeria. On getting back to Nigeria, I got the shocker of my life. Finding a job was a job on its own. I roamed the streets of Abuja looking for a job. I could not find one. The only job I could find was working as a boy in a factory in Abuja. I was working as a boy in a factory in Abuja, got my hand broken in an industrial accident. On coming out of the hospital, I was told that the salaries of all the workers were slashed by half, including mine. That was when I knew that working in that factory, I would be working as a slave. So there and then I wrote my resignation letter with the hopes that I would get a better job. But that job never came. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. The little savings we had, we spent. The food in the house got finished. It was at that point my family and I were in the middle of the deep blue sea. Things got very rough. I almost lost my son to malnutrition. He hadn't eaten for days. That was when I made a decision. I decided. I said, enough is enough. I may not have the answers. I may not know the way out, but enough is enough. Lord, I just prayed. I said, God, just show me a way. Whatever it is, I will hold on to it like my life depends on it. Because I detested that situation. In fact, this information, normally when I share my story, I don't tell people, but I got married to a Russian. So my wife was Russian and she was going through all of this. There were rumors in the area, this man don't go carry a Igbo woman, just they suffer her. There was no amount of ridicule and embarrassment that we did not face. You know, poor people don't like each other. when poor people gather, okay, they ridicule each other. They look for the least among them and they ridicule that person. And that was what happened to us. Even amongst the poor, we were the poor. So we became a laughing stock. We became something that was to be ridiculed in the area. That was when I said enough is enough. Enough is enough. When you get to that point when you say enough is enough, something happens. Something happens. Okay? Doors that were closed start to open. Okay? Mine did not open immediately. I got a job in FUT Mina. I thought that was the answer to my prayer. I was teaching as a lecturer. Salary was coming. I was happy. I was like, okay, this is more dignifying and the salary is more, so I was happy. But only for ASU to declare strike. And Buhari at that time said, no work, no pay. And that was how my family went back to that situation again, started struggling. So I knew that there has to be something else. This can't be it. Okay, salary is not the way out. In fact, depending on salary alone is just an accident waiting to happen. I told a friend recently, no matter how big your salary is, one day it's going to stop. What happens when it stops? What happens when it stops? Do you have a plan? Okay. So I kept searching. And the good thing about my search is I did not just, I wasn't just searching and just looking around. I was actually reading books. I read a lot of books. And most of those books were pointing me to the concept of leverage. Leverage, leverage. Thank God, on coming to the UK to start my PhD, I was invited to a session on Zoom by my leader, Dr. Yusuf Gognaji. I saw it, I was about to leave, but I had leverage and I stayed. And thank God I stayed. Today, I've been celebrated. Just last month, I was celebrated a monthly millionaire. 2 months ago, monthly millionaire. This month again is monthly millionaire. And by God's grace, this month is also a monthly millionaire. So that is what happens when you get connected to leverage. When you connect to leverage, everything changes. Okay? So, but before then, even when I came to this business, even when I started this business, I had some pre-installed files in my head. Okay? And today, the purpose of this session today, I'm doing this session with the newbies. I have never done this session before. This is the first time I'm doing a session like this for all the new people who have come into the Elite Growth Mastery Academy to uninstall some files. Some files were installed in my head. I had to uninstall those files and reinstall new files into my head. Okay? So today we are going to be, you're welcome, Mr. Maxwell. You're welcome. So today we are going to be rediscovering those files that have been installed in us. When you have a program that is running in your phone, that program runs because it has been designed to run in the way it is running. Okay? If you have a building that is standing, that building stands the way it is standing because it was designed to stand the way it stands. If you have a car, it can only go a particular mileage, okay? Sorry, a particular speed, because it was designed to go that particular speed, okay? No matter how fast you drive a car, it cannot fly. No matter how fast no matter how you try to maybe jump off a cliff, drive the car on high speed and jump off a cliff, it will not fly. Why? Because it was not designed for such. So until you discover the design that has been implemented in you, until you discover the files that have been installed in you, uninstall them and reinstall new files. Some people do not even discover. I also did not know that some files have been installed in me. Tonight, you'll be finding out those files that have been installed in you, okay? And where they were installed, who installed them, where they were installed, and why you need to reinstall those files, okay? There are some files that are not serving you, and today we are going to be discovering what those files are, okay? We will discover how to re-engineer your thinking and unlock the mindset that naturally attracts success, okay? You discover how to re-engineer your thinking and unlock the mindset that naturally attracts success based on some few principles I'm going to be teaching you, okay? So, first of all, we talk about the concept of a blueprint. A blueprint is like a file that has been installed in you, okay? If you're going to build a house, where's the noise coming from? Please, okay? Mr. Caller, can mute yourself. So, when you want to build a street, you want to build a house, a town, there's always a blueprint. And no matter what happens, that the design of that street, the design of that house, the design of that city has to follow a particular blueprint. So today we are going to be talking about the money blueprint. Okay? What does money blueprint mean? This is a subconscious financial programming that has been done. Okay? Either consciously or unconsciously. There are some programs that have been installed in your mind, either consciously or unconsciously. The programming can form from your childhood. There are some people here, when I was small, I don't know if you relate with what I'm saying. Okay, just go to the chat space and say I. But when I was growing up, our parents, there's something they used to say. They say, they say that rich people are very stingy. I don't know if you've heard about that. If you've heard that, just go to the chat space and say I. For me, that was a constant thing in our house. Rich people are stingy. Rich people are stingy. So if you have grown with the mindset that rich people are stingy, okay, if you have grown with the mindset that rich people are stingy, tell me, do you want to be stingy? Nobody wants to be stingy. Stingy is a bad word. Nobody wants to be stingy. So automatically, you have been programmed to say, I don't want to be rich. Because you think that growing rich means you are going to be stingy. But on the contrary, the truth about, from statistics, the truth about the matter is rich people are very generous. Yes, they might not give you the money, but there are more charities, okay? The study I did, about 200 million pounds was spent in 2023 on charity alone. When rich people do charities, that money is not coming back to them. So the fact that people say that rich people are stingy is a fallacy. It is a big lie. Rich people are very generous. But because maybe something happened between our parents and their friends, okay? Maybe our parents were in a position where they needed money and the friend didn't come through at that time. They installed the file of rich people are stingy. So that file, you need to take it out. Okay? We've not gotten to that, but I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you examples. Okay? For some people, it's their culture. Like I come from the Gbagi culture. We believe in the Gbagi culture that you have to be meek, you have to be very humble. You shouldn't be too outspoken. You shouldn't show yourself. Just be there, you know? That's why when the development was coming to Abuja, most of my people were running into the bush. Not because they did not know the value of their lands, but because they were taught to be humble. They are taught worldly things, you know, worldly things. Has anybody been taught, maybe in church, that money is the root of all evil? Have you heard that statement before? Money is the root of all evil. That is a systematic way of programming you to be poor. The Bible never for once said money is the root of all evil. It said the love of money is the root of all evil. So there is a way that you can have money and not love money. It is possible for you to have money and not love money. Okay? When the first time they ever called somebody rich in the Bible was the story of Abraham. And it said he was very rich. And in case you were thinking, oh, he was spiritually rich, he was just rich in good deeds, the Bible continued to specify he was rich in gold, cattle, and silver. Gold, silver, and cattle. So that you don't mistake it and say, no, he was a spiritual man, so he was rich with God. No, he had the wealth on earth here. Okay? So the Bible, those that have been programmed by the church that that money is the root of all evil. No, there is a way you can have money but not love money. Okay? What if you can use money? Okay? What most people do is they love money and they use people. Okay? It's getting dark here, so just a minute, so I put on the lights. Just 1 minute. Okay, I think this is better. So, what most people do is they love the money and use people. Okay? They love money, and because of their love for money, they use people in order to get the money. And that is wrong. That is what the Bible preaches against. The love of money is the root of all evil. What if you could love the people and use the money? What if you could have a genuine love for human beings? How can I help this person? How can I be of service to this person? And use my resources that God is giving me to better the life of these people. That is what the Bible refers to as the love of money is the root of all evil. So tonight we're going to be dismantling some beliefs. Okay? If anyone is touching you, just be noting it down. Okay? Because this is what hinders most people from becoming successful. The files that have been installed in our brains. Okay? The files that have been installed into us, that things like money is the root of all evil, all fingers are not equal. Okay, if you've had something like that, if you had things like that, you can go to the chat space and type the things that you were taught about money. Okay, so just like a thermometer, right? A thermostat. If you have, let's say, a thermostat, in Nigeria, we don't use thermostats so much because we have heat, and most times what we do is use air conditioning. Yes. So a thermostat, the work of a thermostat is to regulate temperature. When it is too hot, it's it tries to bring down the temperature. Okay. So this is what your programming does. It is like a thermostat. Your programming is like a thermostat. The file that has been installed into you. Okay, welcome, Mr. Goodluck. The file that has been installed into you determines your income. The income you have in your bank account, or the income you have on a monthly basis, is determined by the thermostat that has been installed in your head. Okay? There are some people, they earn a particular amount of money, and because they've been programmed to believe a particular thing, I will even say miraculously, that money just vanishes. Either a sickness will come, okay? Either somebody will dupe them, either one calamity or the other will just come from nowhere, and before you know it, that money is gone. It's as if there is a limit that has been placed on the money that they can have, on the income that they can have. So if anything happens that they go just above that limit, okay, something will happen and they come back to that limit. That is a program that has been installed in your head. Okay? It is a program that has been installed in your head. So I want you to go to the chat space right now. Tell me, what are the beliefs that you've had while you were growing up about money? What are those things that you were told about money? For me, I've had this thing severally. All fingers are not equal. So know your place. Or they'll tell you, know the family that you're coming from. Okay? Know the family you're coming from. Invariably saying that you should not go and do more than yourself. Okay? So I want you to go to the chat space. Those beliefs, those things you've been told about money, those things you've been told about money, just write them. What are those things you were told about money? Money do not grow on trees. Have you heard that one? Just type it in the chat space. All fingers are not equal. That one is a very popular one. All fingers are not equal. You hear that one over and over again. Yes, thank you, Mr. Goodluck. All fingers are not equal. Okay, this is a file that has been installed in you. Okay, my mentor says all fingers are not equal. All fingers are not equal. Must you be the shortest one? Who wrote it down that you must be the shortest one? If they are not equal, what stops you from being the longest finger? Always remember where you came from. Yes, those are some, they don't tell you directly, but they are telling you that don't go and undo. So you are very careful at taking risks that will benefit you. Okay. Money is the root of all evil. Very popular. Money is the root of all evil. That one we cannot overemphasize that one. Money is the root of all evil. Okay, but it is the love of money that is the root of all evil. In fact, the same Bible that they are trying to quote tells you that it is the will of God that you prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. Okay? So it is God's will that we are rich. Why is it that even though Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden did not have any shop, there was no shop in the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden, all that they needed was provided for them. All that they needed was provided in that garden. But read Genesis chapter 2 very well. You hear when God was describing the rivers around Eden, there was gold in one of the rivers. Okay? And they said the gold in that land is good. Why will God put gold in a place where they do not need it? They didn't need to buy anything. They didn't need to, there was no buying and selling in the Garden of Eden. But gold was put in there. God was showing that he's a God of providence. He provides in advance. Providence means provision in advance. Even before you know you need it, it has been provided for. Our God is a God of abundance. Okay? God is a God of abundance. That's why when he was given the command about the fruit, about not eating from the fruit, if you watch the words he was speaking, he said, okay, he said, out of every tree thou shalt freely eat. Every is an abundance word. Okay? Who is JJ Bobo? JJ Bobo, can you identify yourself, please? Are you part of this?
I am JJ Bobo, Ilya
Okay.
Jonathan John.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. Please rename your device so that before I almost took you to the waiting room because this is a closed session for a few people. So you're welcome. You can mute yourself. Okay. Yes, please put on your camera so that I see the people I'm talking to. Okay? Because this link has been shared in the pre-classes, and some sharp people will think, it's an opportunity for them to join the class when they are not part of the mentorship. Okay? So, Mr. Jonathan, you're welcome. So these are some of the files that have been installed into us. Prof, you're welcome. So these are the files that have been pre-installed into our brains. And these are what limits us sometimes. We are controlled by the subconscious. This is the funny part I discovered later. That It is my subconscious that controls what happens to me in the conscious. I never knew this. I was thinking that it is what I think about, that it is what is happening to me that defines what my life will turn out. I didn't know that there are files in my subconscious that are determining how my life is going. And there's somebody tonight, you're already beginning to figure out some of the things that have been limiting you. Okay? But the fact that you are connected to this, those files are going to be uninstalled tonight. Okay? So, quickly, I'm going to be discussing 3 steps for you to take in order to re-engineer your mind. Okay? There's 3-step mind re-engineering formula. The number 1 step for you to re-engineer your mind. Okay? Now that we've discovered these limiting beliefs, it is time for us to re-engineer this mind. Okay? Number 1 step is called awareness. First, you must be aware that something is happening. Understand these limiting beliefs. Understand that they came out of, yes, they came out of love, but they are not true. Okay? Something can come out of love, but it's not true. Some of these things that were told to us, some were just to protect us, but it is not true. Okay? It is not the truth. You've heard of rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on tree. All fingers are not equal. We've stated them. Remember where you came from. All these are things that were installed in us. Okay? So these negative beliefs are some things that we've been carrying for a long time, and we need to be aware of them. Some of you have stated yours. Okay, you stated these negative beliefs that have been repeatedly said to you, and unconsciously, even though you grew and you moved out of the house, you started your family, or you're on your own right now, but those files are still installed. So even when you go to your day-to-day life, when you see an opportunity for you to break through, what you tell yourself that is, remember where you came from. Remember where you came from. All fingers are not equal. So this is not for me. I cannot achieve. I cannot be. It is not, it is our family. There is nobody that has achieved. There is nobody that has done $1 million a month. So this is not for me. Okay? So you have to be aware. The first step is awareness. Understand these files. Understand where they are coming from. Okay? Yes, they might be coming from a heart of love, but it doesn't mean they are true. Okay? This person that told you these things, not that they hate you. It's not that it's so that you become poor all your life. They told you this. It was just from a place of fear and their experiences. People give you advice based on their experience. They've been burnt once. So they use their experience, and give you an advice. That doesn't make that advice true. Okay? That does not make that advice true. Number 2 steps, I said this was going to be a very short training. Number 2 is understanding the files that have been installed. These files, you have to understand them. Where did this belief come from? This thing that you are told, is it in your school? Okay, there are 4 places where such files can be installed. From your school, okay, your parents, your peers, and your own experiences. Okay? So society can have an effect on you. Your peers, okay? Wetin you dey try? Omo, this thing, nobody fit do am. Nobody fit do am. Omo, forget that thing. It's impossible. Your society, your immediate environment, what have they been feeding you? You must understand, where are these beliefs coming from? If you have recognized, if you are now aware that, oh, there have been some negative files in my head, you must understand where they are coming from. Where are these files coming from? Is it my peers? Is it from my parenting when I was small? And I have refused to let go of whatever was installed. Whatever negative file was installed in me, I have refused to let it go. Is it from my school? Okay, my teachers have a slogan, okay, that maybe somebody here, the teacher told him, you will never amount to anything. And that person has carried that in their heart. Not that they believe in it too, but that thing, whenever they want to achieve, they remember what that teacher told them, you never amount to anything. And because of that, when you want to go for something, you just relax now. No, maybe next time. Maybe, no, not now. You have to understand where they are coming from. Yes, there are some religious beliefs that have come that are not from, they are not from the Bible, they are not from the Quran. Okay? People just sit down and they think of their rules just maybe from what they've been hearing people say. But if you ask them for evidence from where they are taking this from, you can't find truth in it. Okay? So you have to be careful and guard. So if you have children, if you have children, you have to guard yourself. You have to guard what you listen to. One of the biggest places where negative mindsets and negative beliefs come is the TV. Okay? The television, the news. My family and I, we stopped watching news, I think, about 5 years ago, or more than 5 years ago. About 10 years ago, we stopped watching the news. Why do you want to watch other people's life when your life is not in order? Why are you fascinated? What we do when we watch TV is we try to distract ourselves from our dreams. Okay, let me just watch these people for a little while uh, when your dream is staring you straight in the eye, but you are scared of you achieving that dream. What if it doesn't happen? So I better go and watch some TV. I better go on Netflix. I better go and watch some YouTube or Instagram or any other thing just to distract myself. I better go to a comedy show. Okay, I better go to a comedy show. Just anything available for me to distract me from the fact that I have a purpose. I was sent on a mission on this earth and I have that purpose to fulfill. Okay? So now that you have discovered where this belief is coming from, now that you've discovered where this belief is coming from, you have to challenge it. Whatever you've been told before. So tonight, when you go to sleep, what you should be doing is re-examining yourself. What are those things I've been taught? What is it that have become my working principles? Now you have to go and re-examine those things. Those things, you have to challenge those beliefs. Is this belief actually true? That's the first question you should ask yourself. When they told you money is evil, go to the passage where they said money is evil and discover what the passage said itself. When they say, there's another favorite one they use, it is difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. I want to remember that passage. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to go into heaven. Now, these are some of the things you've heard. Do you want to go to heaven? Of course. Do you want to go to hell? No. So you ask yourself, if somebody has told you these patches and didn't take time to explain to you what it really means, you just tell yourself, me, I want to go to heaven. Who wants to go to hell? So it means if I'm rich, it means if I'm rich, it means I am going to hell. So whatever will make me rich, I will avoid that thing. Whatever God brings to me to liberate me from the shackles of poverty, I will avoid it because I want to go to heaven. Please, tonight, go back. When you're reading those texts, do not just read one verse and conclude that this is what it means. Read them in context. Read the whole chapter. Jesus was addressing a particular person. And the word that was used there, please, when you do your Bible study, please try to check those words. It's not possible that God says his will is for us to prosper and be in good health, and then come and say that a rich man will not go to heaven. You have to look at the context. Jesus was talking to a particular rich person. He was addressing a particular rich man. Okay? Who taught that word rich there is not talking about money. That is what we don't discover. It's not talking about money, but the manner of conduct of that young man. Okay? It is the manner of his conduct. He felt his pride and his ego was what was being referred to there, not his money. Okay? It was not about his money. He came, this is not a Bible, it's not a Bible study, but for those who are not Christians, just take this as a bonus. That man came to Christ and he had a boastful attitude. He said that I have kept the laws from childhood. I have been faithful in keeping the laws from childhood. As if Jesus did not know. Okay? It is not humanly possible for you to keep all the laws that Moses kept, that Moses made. Okay? That was given to Moses. Those are the laws. And it was out of his pride, okay, that he said he has kept the law. He had kept all the laws. And then he was asked a question. He was asked a question, okay? And he was asked to give out all of his wealth. And because Jesus wanted to prove to him a point that what you are saying is not true. If you really say you've kept the law, if you really say you've been able, he was trying to say, I can save myself with my own power, okay, because I can keep all the laws. And Jesus, being fully human and fully God, already knew that it is impossible for a human being to be able to keep all the laws. It is only grace that saves. So that was why he was asked. He said, go and sell. If you claim that you are this righteous, go and sell all your belongings and give it to the poor. Okay? And what did he do? He turned around and he walked away, showing him that you can't do it. Okay? Your ego will not take you there. Your ego cannot give you salvation. So when it is talking about that rich, it is not talking about his money. It is talking about his ego. So this is one file you should just go and check. Read the passage and read it in full. Okay? Read what the passage is saying. And some people will tell you Jesus himself was poor. Big lie. Big lie. Okay? Go and check out the culture of the Jewish people. Okay? Whenever a gift is given to even a baby, the parents have an obligation to keep that gift for the baby. Jesus was very rich. That was why Judas could steal from the purse, and Jesus didn't even, like, there was no mention, like, Jesus never scolded him. Okay? Where did the wealth come from? Someone might ask. This is turning into a Bible class. I didn't want to go into that. When Jesus was born, some wise men, it didn't say 3 wise men from 3 nations. They didn't say the number. Okay? Wise men from 3 nations came and they gifted him gold, myrrh, and what? Frankincense. Go and find out the value of what Jesus was given. So when he started his ministry, he was loaded with money. Money was never an issue. Why did his disciples say, should we go and buy, when the 5,000 were complaining that they were hungry and tired? Why will the disciples say, should we go and buy 5,000 people food? Where are they going to get the money to feed 5,000 people? Because they had it in their purse. I'm not going to that. This is a topic for another day, okay? That's a topic for another day. But you need to go back to the roots. My point is, you need to go back to the roots. Whatever you've been told about money and riches. We are not here to preach that we're running after money, we're money, no. But wealth, abundance is God's will for us. It is not God's will that we're wallowing in lack. No. Okay? It is God's will that we are in abundance. Okay? So challenge those beliefs. Any belief that is not serving you, please delete that file. Just delete it. Okay? Delete it. And that leads us to step number 3, reconditioning. You must recondition yourself. How do you recondition yourself? Self-talk. Okay, I had to do this so many times before I was cured of it. What are the things you tell yourself? I laugh when some people make a mistake and say, oh, I'm so stupid. I say, God, how can you say that about yourself? The things you say about yourself, the things you tell yourself are the most important things you will ever say in your life. If you say, I am poor, this is another topic. The word I am is a very great word, or words I am. Why did the Jews want to stone Christ when he said, I am? They asked him, are you the Christ? Okay? They asked him if he is the Son of God, and he said, I am. And he said, before Moses was, I am. That was the word he used, I am. That word is a word that is associated with divinity. I am. When you say I am, anything from today that you say that follows the word I am must be positive. If it does not reflect the who God is, please delete it. Whenever you say I am good, okay? When they ask you, how are you? I don't know. I am, oh my God. Whenever you are asked, okay, who are you or how are you? Whatever follows I am should be something that can be associated with God. If it cannot be associated with God, don't say it. Because invariably what you are saying, because you are made in the image of God, invariably what you are saying is, if you say I am stupid, you are referring to God. Because the word I am is tied to divinity. So when you tell yourself, I am this, I am that, okay? That is you telling yourself what you want to be. You're laying a foundation for yourself. You're telling yourself what your subconscious should be doing. Okay? So, what are the affirmations you should use? From today, tell yourself, I have a millionaire mindset. I have a millionaire mindset. I am a millionaire. Some people, that word is difficult for them to say, I am a millionaire. Until you start saying it and it becomes part of you, it is difficult for you to become. Okay? Repeat all positive affirmations. The thing when we do come to cell meeting in the morning and we do affirmations, some people don't take it seriously. Some people don't even say it. Those words are not just words. Those are spirits. Okay? Because you are saying, I have a heart of gold. I am a multimillionaire. Okay? You are saying this word, I am a millionaire creator. You're saying these words, you are already affirming yourself that this is who I am. It's just a matter of time before you become. Okay? It's just a matter of time. What you tell yourself, you become. The more you continue to tell yourself that you are nothing, you, I don't deserve success. Okay? Ah, ah, how stupid am I? Those are words that should never come out of you, okay? Always affirm yourself with positive words. Always positive words, okay? So, what do I tell myself? Whenever I wake, I tell myself I am a success. Okay, you can choose your own affirmation. When I wake up in the morning, I say, first thing I say, I'm grateful. Tell God I'm grateful because it is not by my power that I woke up. I say I'm grateful, and I tell myself I am a success. And I tell myself I am a positive change in my environment, in my community, in my world. I am a positive change. I create positive impact. Okay? So you choose your own affirmations and make sure it is something positive that you're telling yourself. Okay? So quickly, now that you have recognized this these files, you have identified where they are coming from, and you've started replacing them. Okay? You started picking up things to replace. We are going to go into 5 key wealth files you should install. We are going into the shift now. Okay? How to shift your thinking, how to shift your mind. Okay? So, number 1, you see, rich people believe that I create my life. This is what differentiates rich people from poor people. Poor people believe that life happens to them. Whatever happens to me, it is life happening to me. Whatever is happening to me is life happening to me. But rich people believe that they create their own life. They create their own success. You see, successful people, they don't become successful overnight. They have been creating this success even when they were poor. Okay? So, rich people believe that it is based on my beliefs, my actions, okay? And my programming, my beliefs, and my actions that my life, the results I get from my life come. Poor people believe that life happens to them. Okay? So you have to shift your mindset from thinking that life is happening to you. Oh, look at me, so poor. Is the only me in this world? Everything is just happening to me. Start creating your own life. Okay? Start redesigning. Somebody said imagination is free. I don't know why people have to pay for it. Okay? To imagine, to draw a beautiful life for yourself is free. Some people have been so beaten by life that even to imagine a good life is a problem. Nobody is going to charge you for imagining a good life for yourself. So start creating your own life, okay? You have the power to do that. Number 2, rich people play the money game. They play the money game to win, while rich people play to lose. There's something called the money game. Okay, for rich people, almost everything is like a game, and they are in need to win. Okay, if you hear rich people's conversation, it is as if when they are discussing their earnings, for them it is like a game, and they are in it to win. But poor people are always on the losing side of that game. Okay, so you must tell yourself that if I'm in anything, I'm in it to win. I'm in this to win. And understand the numbers wherever you go. Since life is like a game, you must if most games, I don't know any game that does not do with numbers. Okay? In order to show that one person won and the other did not win, there has to be numbers. Even in boxing, there are scores. Okay? Almost all sports, you have to understand the numbers. As you're coming into this project, what you should be learning is how do the numbers work in this? How do the numbers work in this organization? What will move the needle to my favor? What are the numbers? How are these things calculated? What do I need to do in order to be on the winning side? Okay, that is how rich people think. Whichever environment they enter into, they're thinking, okay, what are the principles in place? And what are the measures I have to take so that I will be among the winning side? So this is what you should be thinking about, how you can move yourself into the winning side. Because in every sphere you enter, in every arena you enter, there is always a winning side and a losing side. So ask yourself, okay, what are these people who are winning? What are they doing? What is it that they are doing that is helping them to win? And how can I adapt that into my life so that I also will win? There's one thing about principles. They are no respecter of man. They don't care whether you're a man. They don't care whether you're a woman. They don't care. They don't care whether you're Muslim. They don't care whether you're Christian. They don't care. That was why you saw that even Babylon in the Bible was prosperous, because they understood principles. Okay? Once you understand a principle and you start applying it, the universe will not say, oh, this guy is a Muslim. No, this guy is a Christian. He will not succeed. No. It is like gravity. Gravity is a principle. Does gravity respect the fact that you are a Christian or a Muslim? Does gravity respect the fact that you're a man or a woman? Doesn't. If you jump from a story building, whether you are a man, a woman, okay, whether you are a Muslim, a Christian, whether you are a pagan, an idol worshiper, if you jump from a story building, you will fall. Because gravity does not care. Gravity is a principle. And there are various principles in life. Once you understand those principles and start implementing them, no matter who you are, it will work for you. Okay? So, as you come into our organization, understand the principles at play. Okay, what are the principles at play in this organization? The truth about this organization is our principles are tied to most principles are interwoven. Okay, there is an interconnection between most principles. Any professional you call and he starts stating a principle for you, if you're a professional in another field, you'll be able to relate that principle that person is saying to some other principle in your own field of expertise. Principles are interwoven. Okay, so I'd like to liken our business to agriculture, planting a seed. Okay? Planting a seed. Some people, the best description that has been given to our business was the parable of the sower in the Bible. Okay? Your seed that you have, this is the opportunity. Okay? when you invite people to come and see your business, that is the seed in your hand. For some people, it is going to fall on rocky ground. They hear it and it sprouts out, okay? They are excited about it. Wow, 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 wow. But after 2 days, when the sun comes out, when rejection comes out, when people start to call them name, when deception when deception comes in, they wither away, okay? They wither away. Some people signed up into this business. Wow, let's go. This is the best thing that has happened to me. Yes, 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 yes. Small rejection. Somebody told them, this is a scam. They say, no, I don't do this business again. I beg. How can I be called a scammer? I have lived 60 years and everything has been going well. Just for me to start this business and somebody calls me a scammer, I don't do it again. I beg. Man, I carry in a business they go. Okay, that is the sun shining on a seed that has fallen on a rocky ground. Okay, so as the farmer was going, some seeds fell into thorns. The worries of life. Some people come into this business and they are distracted by things happening around them. Oh, my dog died. I need to go and bury it. I don't have time for a brand launch. Oh, I need this thing. My brother called me that I need to go to the village. There's no network. I'll see you next week. Okay? Different worries of life. They come and they choke this seed. They choke this seed and this seed dies. Okay? And there are some that fall on the fertile ground. Some will give you twofolds, some will give you fivefolds, some will give you tenfolds. But look at the sower, become the sower. What did the sower do? He continued sowing. He continued sowing. Even when those ones fell on the rocky ground, he did not stop. When the ones fell into thorns, he did not stop sowing. And he also had good seeds. If you read it very well, he had good seeds. He did not stop sowing. The moment you stop sowing, that moment, your business is dead. So become determined like the sower. Keep inviting people to see your opportunity. When I came in to this organization, I just made a decision. It's not just inviting people. Of course, come and see, come and see, come and see. Yes, I got called names. I was rejected left, right, and center. But I saw myself as a sower. All I'm doing is showing people an opportunity. If they see it beautiful, we run with them. If they don't, okay, if they don't, maybe one day they will. But I did not stop sowing, and I did not let anybody dissuade me from continue to sow. I kept on sowing, and today people are seeing, when people hear, they come to sell meeting, oh, he's a millionaire, oh my God. They think it is something that happened in a day. But when I was being rejected, when I was being deceived, when I was being called scammer, okay, they were not there to see those days. So people will see your results, but when you're going through the what caused the result, when you're going through the hard times, people don't see that. So when the hard times start coming, gentlemen, there's no lady with us tonight. Gentlemen, please keep going. It was Winston Churchill that said, if you're going through hell, keep walking. Because the word said going through hell. It didn't say you are in hell. If you're going through hell, keep walking. You pass it. Okay? You pass through the hell to the better side. Okay? So the third principle of the rich is they focus on opportunities. The rich focus on opportunities. There's one thing about focus. Whatever you focus your attention on increases. If you focus on lack, oh my God, the kind of lack, the kind of poverty that will rush you. If all you're saying is, I don't have food, I don't have, I don't have, I don't have, I don't, if only I had like this person, whatever you focus on increases. But when you start saying, oh, thank God, I thank God I have at least one bag of gari in the house. Thank God at least I have one mudu of rice in the house. Ha! What of those people that don't even have anything at home? Thank God for this one mudu of rice. Okay? Rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. Rich people are always looking, how do I use this to benefit myself? How will this bring benefit to me? Okay, this has happened. Okay? Life happens to everyone. Oh, that's a secret. Life happens to everyone. The rich, the poor, everybody. But your perspective about what is happening is what determines how your life will turn out. If you decide that what has happened to me is a calamity, oh, I'm finished. Remember which word comes after I am. Okay? If you are focused on obstacles, if you are looking at, oh, my health, oh, I broke my hand in an industrial accident. Up till now, my hand will never be straight. Oh my God, look at me. Oh, poor me. If you continue to focus on that, that is what will expand. Okay? This same hand I have used as my story. I tell you the story now of how I was involved in an industrial accident, and it touches you. That is me changing my perspective. I have learned to use any negative thing that happened. I don't believe in negative or positive. I believe life just happens. It is how you see it that matters. So rich people are always focused on opportunities. And I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen a one-sided coin before? If you have ever seen a one-sided coin, you picked up a coin and it only had one side. Please just go to the chat space and type I. If you have ever seen one coin with just one side, or a sheet of paper that has one side, have you ever seen a sheet of paper with just one side? It doesn't exist. What does that tell you? That if there is a negative, there is a positive behind it. If something negative has happened, there is a positive side to that thing. Your job is to find out what the positive side is. And once you find the positive side, start using it, implement it. That is an opportunity. Okay? Some people, they will just tell you their story of how bad things are in their life. But there is a positive side to that story. You could use it as a tool to build a new life for yourself. Okay? So, the next one is rich people admire other rich people. This is very true. Poor people resent themselves. I just said it. Poor people hate themselves. They will ridicule each other. But rich people admire each other. Okay. If you look at our circle, we're always looking, okay, I make 1 million. I'm looking at somebody like my ECL who is making 2 million. I'm looking at my cell leader who is making 4 million a month, and I'm thinking, okay, what are they implementing so that I also can be in that circle? But poor people, what happens? Poor people don't like themselves. So poor people hate each other. Have you heard a poor man talk about another poor man? So decide to install the mindset of the rich. Okay? Admire people who are rich. and learn their principles. Learn their principle. Install that file within you. Okay. Rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative and unsuccessful people. Okay. This is a fact. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. This is true saying. Jim Rohn says if you have five poor friends, you did not count well. You are the sixth one. It's either a matter of time or you're already poor. Okay? So look at your circle. Look at your circle. The 5 people you spend the most of your time with in a day. Okay? Look at their lives. Are they people, is that the life you want to imitate? Is that the kind of person you want to be? If your answer is no, start thinking of new circles. Okay? Start thinking of new friends to make. People that are defying the norm. People that are going for their dreams, not people that gossip about other people. Okay? So, yes, look at people that look at the people that you associate yourself with. Okay? So these are some little practical habits that you should imbibe. Okay? Just take this as a tip as I'm rounding up tonight. Number 1, read empowering books. Okay? I meet some people, they tell me they are readers. I say, what kind of books do you read? And they are reading James Hadley Chase. I'm like, seriously? This is just entertainment. It's the same as watching TV. You're just distracting yourself. Okay? So read books that empower you, books that shapen your mindset. Okay? If you need some, I have a lot. Okay? Especially ebooks, I have a lot. Just ask me and I will give it to you. Okay? Read books that empower you. Instead of going to work and listening to radio berekete, listening to other people's problems, get tapes of motivationals that tell you how you should order your I'll send them to you. Okay, how you should order your day, how you should build wealth, how you should build generational wealth. Okay, listen to tapes like that. Use affirmation and declarations daily. When you wake up, first things that you first commit. Everybody has their style. Some might be talking to themselves. Okay, I'll reach out. I'll give them to you, Mr. Goodluck. Yes. So, what are the things you tell yourself? Be very intentional about the things that you tell yourself. Okay. This is very key. Keep a gratitude and goals journal. Okay. Have a book where you write the things that you are grateful for. Have a book where you write, okay, I'm grateful for the fact that I can even breathe. There are some people that have to buy oxygen in order for them to breathe. I'm grateful that I can see. There are some people that cannot see. Whatever ability, whatever thing that God has given to you, be grateful for that thing. There was a friend that was always complaining, and I told him to get a journal every morning. Okay, write something positive, snap it. Okay, write something positive that is happening in your life. Okay, snap it and send it to me. That was his assignment. Every morning, find something good in your life. Just look for anything good that is happening. Write it down, snap it, and send it to me. Okay? And you'll be amazed how your life will change. Surround yourself with positive people, success-driven people, people that have a goal, not NFAs. I don't know if you know NFA, no future ambition. There are some people, all they do is sit in the gutter in front of their neighborhood and they discuss all the matters of the area. I can see people laughing. You know them. There is no news that they don't know. There is nothing that is happening in Nigeria that they are not aware of. But what is happening in their life, they are unaware. One of my mentors said, why should I be concerned about what is happening in the world? Why I'm not taking care of what is happening in my world? The most important thing is what is happening in your world, in my world. What is happening in my world? It is what is happening in my world that will be able to give me the resources to be able to change what is happening in the world. So concentrate on your world, what is happening in your world. Okay? So you now know that you need to be aware. In conclusion now, you know that you need to be aware. You need to understand this. You need to be aware of the files that were installed in you. You need to understand these files, where they were coming from. And you need to recondition your mind by installing some files. Okay? When you understand these files and where they're coming from, you delete them. After you delete them, you start installing some files that will serve you. Okay? So from today, my call to action is, from today, you're going to pick a limiting belief, something that has been limiting you. Okay? You know that thing. I don't have to say it to you. You know that thing. It has been limiting you from breaking out from where you are to where you want to be. You pick that thing. Okay? You're going to delete it. How do you delete it? First, you recognize that that thing is there. Until you understand that that thing is there, okay, there is nothing you can do about it. It will continue to control you. First, you become aware that it's there. Find out its source. Okay? If you find out that it is from your parents, you find out that it is from your church, you find out it's from your school, from your society, tell yourself that that may have been their advice, that may have been what they said out of the wealth of their experience. But if it is not true and if it is not serving me, I delete that thought from my head and now replace it with an empowering one. Okay? Those things you tell yourself. I am a success. I create success at will. Okay? I am a monthly millionaire. I was declaring that I was a monthly millionaire long before I became a monthly millionaire. And today, when I'm saying it, it is no longer strange. Okay? So it is, some people are waiting for the fruits without planting the seed. They are waiting for results without taking action. Okay? But before you take action, you must first believe. So that is the reason why we had this session today, for you to re-engineer your mind. Re-engineer your mind until you understand that something is wrong, you won't start changing it. Okay? All the success that you will achieve in this organization is dependent on your mindset. If you believe in your heart that you can make it, there is nothing that will stop you. But when somebody believes that they cannot make it, even when you bring the success and you're giving them, their hands will shake and it will fall and break. But a person who believes that there is success, even when it is hidden from them, they will go and break the door to that room, enter it and pick it. That is what belief can do. So at this point, I just want to say thank you for your time. I appreciate all of you, and you have started a journey to success. I am your coach, Engineer Fidelis Usman. I'll be working with you closely to make sure that you achieve the success that you have dreamt of, the success that you saw the first time you saw this opportunity. And I know for a fact that it is possible. See you, okay? So thank you. This is the end of the session.